Last class, we discussed about some phenomenal concepts in the gravitation chapter. I refresh once again the concepts related to gravitation. Gravitation is the force of attraction between the two bodies in the universe. The force of attraction of one body with respect to the another body in the universe is called gravitation. Gravity is the force of attraction exerted by the earth on the body, which is placed on the surface of the earth or above the earth. That is the basic difference between the gravitation and the gravity. Force of gravity or force of gravitation is governed by the law, Newton's law of gravitational force. Students, kindly sit down first. Okay, shall we start? Okay, thank you. The force of attraction between the two bodies is governed by Newton's law of gravitation. According to the Newton's law of gravitation, the force of attraction is directly proportional to the product of mass of the two bodies and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two bodies. The mathematical formula is F is equal to G into M1, M2 divided by R square. G is the universal gravitational constant, that is 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11 Newton meter squared kg power minus 2. Today, we are going to solve some important problem related to this law. I share the screen, you see the problem. Students, can you see this? Okay. See the first question. The universal law of gravitation is the force law, also known as option A, triangular law, square law, inverse square law, and the parallelogram law. Which one is correct? Which one is correct? See, F is equal to capital G, M1, M2 divided by R squared. See, the force is inversely proportional to the distance square. It is called inverse square law because the distance is in the denominator. It is called inverse square law. Answer is option C. The universal law of gravitation is the force law. It is also known as inverse square law, not square law. Inverse square law. That is correct. Shall we go to the next problem? Okay. two identical spheres of radius r made of the same material are kept at a distance d apart. The gravitational attraction between them is proportional to d power minus 2, option A, option B, d squared, option C, d power 4, and option D, D. Which one is correct? Very easy question. See, the force is G m1 m2 divided by the distance. Here the distance is represented as d. Therefore, d, that is d power minus 2. Answer A. Next problem. 3 equal masses of 1 kg each are placed at the vertices of equilateral triangle PQR, and the mass of 2 kg is placed at the centroid O of the triangle, which is at a distance of √2 meter from each of the vertices of the triangle. The force in Newton acting on the mass 2 kg is. Students, see this problem. 3 equal masses, 1 kg each, are placed at the vertices of equilateral triangle PQR. Say, let it be a P, Q, R. Each vertices has a mass 1 kg. Here 1 kg. Here 1 kg. And the mass 2 kg is placed at the centroid of the triangle. The centroid of the triangle will be the intersection of the line drawn from each vertices to the other midpoint of the side. Say this is the centroid on which centroid say O, on which the 2 kg mass is placed. Which is at a distance of √2 meter of each vertices of the triangle. This mass is at a distance of √2 meter of the each mass placed at the vertices. Here also √2 meter. The distance between O and P is √2. The distance between O and Q, √2. The distance between O and R, √2. Now we have to find out the forces acting at the point O. Ella force, ella mass, the O ஒரு attraction force exert point. Focus the point O. The mass 2 kg will be attracted by the mass 1 kg placed at P, Q, and R. The question is, what is the resultant force acting at a point O? See this diagram. The reference point is O. This O mass is attracted by the mass placed at P. This O mass is attracted by the mass placed at Q. Similarly, the mass placed at the centroid attracted by the mass placed at the arc. Let us calculate the force one by one. The force exerted on the mass O due to the mass P. Use the formula G. What is the F here? 2. What is the M at play at P1? G M1 M2 divided by R square. What is the distance between P and O? It is given as √2. As per formula, distance square. Understand, ma? Therefore, G 2 divided by 2. Answer is G. Similarly, the force exerted by the mass placed at Q on the mass O is same. G is the universal gravitational constant. The mass at O is 2. Mass at Q is 1. Distance between O and Q is √2. Therefore, as per formula, √2 square. This is also G. Similarly, OR G 2 1 √2 whole square, that is G. All the forces are equal to G. How to calculate the resultant force? All of you listen. This force is acting in the vertical direction. These two forces acting at an angle. This is OR. This one OQ. These two forces producing horizontal component and vertical component. Understand? Since the two forces are acting at an angle, they will produce horizontal component and vertical component. So this force will produce the horizontal component and vertical component. This horizontal component is, say, FOQ cos 30. Why cos 30? This angle is 60 degree, equal to triangle, 60 degrees, and the top 60 degrees. And then here 30 degree. Understand? Huh? Is 60 degree above 30 degree. For opposite side sine, adjacent side cos, FOQ cos 30. Here FOQ sine 30. I am resolving the force FOQ into horizontal component and vertical component. Consider this force. This force also producing horizontal component and vertical component. This horizontal component is FOR cos 30. This FOR sin 30. Now, all of you listen here carefully. See the diagram. FOP, FOQ, FQR. All are the same value. G, G, G. Now, consider this force and this force. Both are acting horizontal direction but opposite to each other. magnitude same, value same. Therefore, they will get cancelled. Positive side, negative side, get cancelled. And then these two forces acting downward. This force acting upward. Therefore, the resultant force about the point O is due to vertical forces only. The vertical force, vertically upward force is G. Downward forces are F, O, Q sine 30 minus F, O, P sine 30. Sorry, F, O, R. This is G minus G sine 30 is half, and G sine 30 half. For G, 0. G by 2 means G. G minus G, 0. The resultant force acting at the centroid is equal to 0. Okay. Remember this formula? Whenever the question comes like this, you can select the answer directly, provided the mass placed at all the vertices are equal and the mass placed at the centroid is 2 times, that is 2 kg. In this condition, the force acting at the centroid is equal to 0. Understand, student? Okay. Kindly note down this, please. After copying, tell me, we'll go to the next problem. Any one of the students, tell me after copying the problem. Shall we go to the next problem?
Yes, sir.
In this question, the option is D, 0. See the next question. Suppose the gravitational force varies inversely as nth power of, then the time period of the planet in the circular orbit of radius r around the sun will be proportional to r power n minus 2 divided by n, r power n plus 1 divided by 2. Option D, r power n minus 1 divided by 2. How to solve this problem? The gravitational force varies inversely as nth power. Usually, as per Newton's law of gravitation, the force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. Here, they are stating the distance as nth power. Therefore, the formula is written as capital G, capital M, small m, divided by r squared என்ன பண்ணணும் r power n. R power n. Okay. The planet is revolving around the circular orbit. The question is, what is the time period? Time taken to complete one circular orbit. How to relate this formula with the time period? The force of attraction is equal to centripetal force. So force of attraction is equal to centripetal force. That means the force which is acting radially inward. Centripetal force is the force which is acting radially inward. Centrifugal force is the force which is acting radially outward. Since it is a force of attraction, it is considered as a centripetal force. What is the centripetal force formula? Anyone can tell me? Centripetal force. M R omega square. This is the formula. Here, omega is the angular velocity. Linear velocity means distance divided by time, rate of change of displacement. Angular velocity means rate of change of angular displacement. Rate of change of angular displacement. So the omega can be written as here theta divided by 2. For one circular motion, the angle included is 2 pi. For one complete revolution, that is 360 degree. 360 degree is equal to 2 pi radian. That is the displacement divided by here time period. Therefore, it is converted into time period. Now we can take it out the time. We can obtain the answer. The gravitational force is equated with the centripetal force, and the angular velocity is equated as 2 pi divided by time period. This right hand side, m r 4 pi squared divided by t squared. This side, m small m r power n. Now let us relate the r power n and the time. T squared can be written as m r 4 pi squared divided by capital G, capital M, small m, into Rn. See this expression. All the except R, others are constant. Therefore, the T squared is directly proportional to the R and R power n. T squared is R power n means R n plus 1. Here the power is 1. Now take T n plus 1. That means R power n plus 1. That is 1 by 2. Rooted the 1 by 2. Correct? Apo n plus 1 divided by 2. That is the answer. Option C. Clear, students? Any doubt? Any doubt, students? Okay. Here the Newton's law of gravitational force is equated with the centripetal force. The force which is acting radially inward. Remember this formula. Centripetal force is m omega squared r. R sometimes it can be represented as in terms of linear velocity mv squared by r. The relation between the linear velocity and angular velocity is v is equal to omega into r. All are important. We finished, students? The girl sitting in the left extreme can represent the student's view. And the left hand side la உட்கார்ந்திருக்கவங்க யாராவது ஒரு ஸ்பெக்ஸ் போட்ட girl அவங்க சொல்லலாம். நீங்க hello, can you hear me? யாராவது ஒருத்தர் வந்து ரெப்ரசன்ட் பண்ணுங்க. கிளாஸ் நீங்க எழுத பின்னாடி எனக்கு சொன்னீங்கன்னா we will go to the next problem. ஓகேவா? We should not waste the time. Then only we can solve more problems. Students, see the next problem. This one. A mass capital M is divided into two parts as a small m and capital M minus small m, which are separated by a certain distance. The ratio small m divided by capital M, which maximize the gravitational force, between the parts is. I explained the problem first. Consider this is the mass. This mass is capital M. Now the mass is divided into two parts, not equal parts. It is divided into some part in the ratio. The first part is, say, small m. The second part remaining will be, what is it? Capital M minus small m. The one mass is separated into two mass. The first mass is the small m. The second mass is capital M minus small m, which are separated by some distance. Say D. The ratio small m divided by capital M, which maximize the gravitational force between the parts. In the ratio, the force between the two mass will be maximum. That is a condition. Mathematics, the maximum minima கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா அந்த governing equation அதனுடைய ஃபங்க்ஷனை பொறுத்து டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ணி அந்த டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ண ஈக்குவேஷனை ஜீரோக்கு ஈக்குவேட் பண்ணுவாங்க. What is the function here? The small m is the function. From the large mass m, small m is removed. The question is, what should be the ratio of small n and capital M, so that the gravitational force between the two mass will be maximum. How to analyze this problem? First, let us calculate the force between the two masses. Let us write the governing equation first between the two masses. As per law of gravitation, force capital G, another mass small m, another mass capital M minus small m. The distance between the two mass, let it be, say, d squared or r squared, whatever it may be. Now it is multiplied as capital M small m, m squared divided by d squared. The question is, what is the ratio of small m divided by capital M, so that the f is maximum? Maximum condition ke enna pannanumna, we have to differentiate the function and equate that function is equal to 0. This is the important condition. Epalla maximum condition kekrangala idha dhaan nama pannanum. Appo the above equation mass பொறுத்து differentiate பண்ணுங்க. f க்கு பதிலா அப்படியே இங்க substitute பண்ணுங்க. ஈக்குவேட் பண்ணுங்க 0. உங்களுக்கு டிஃபரன்ஷியேஷன்லாம் கிளியரா தெரியும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். இல்ல xn சாரி xn dx னா என்ன, டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ணா என்ன வரும்? n into x n minus 1. கரெக்டா? ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் x ஸ்கொயர் டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ணா என்ன வரும்? 2x. x கியூப் டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ணா 3x ஸ்கொயர். அது மாதிரி இங்க வாங்க. இப்போ இங்க g is the constant. Denominatorல d squared is also constant. Take it outside. In this other constant எங்க இருக்கு? m கூட constant. Capital M, small m தான் function. இப்போ first நீங்க differentiate பண்ணீங்கன்னா ஏதோ ஒரு கான்ஸ்டன்ட் எடுத்துக்கோங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் 2x டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ணா என்ன வரும்? 2 தானே வரும். x க்கு 1. அதே மாதிரி இங்க x தான் m ஸ்மால் m அதான் ஃபங்க்ஷன். அப்போ கேபிட்டல் M. x ஸ்கொயர் டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ண 2x, m ஸ்கொயர் டிஃபரன்ஷியேட் பண்ண 2m. That is equal to 0. ஓகேவா? நெக்ஸ்ட் இந்த கான்ஸ்டன்ட் எல்லாம் 0 ஆயிடும். டினாமினேட்டர் அந்த சைடு கொண்டு போனீங்க. அப்போ என்னவா இருக்கு? m is equal to 2m. They are asking the ratio of small m divided by capital M. அப்போ 1/2. அப்போ ரேஷியோ எப்படி இருக்கு? 1:2ல இருந்ததுன்னா நீங்க டிவைட் பண்ற பார்ட்ஸ் வந்து ஆஃபா பிரிச்சீங்கன்னா தான் the force between the two bodies will be maximum. The answer is 1:2. Option C. Any doubt? Yes. Hello. Next problem. Okay. Three identical bodies of mass m are located at the vertices of equilateral triangle of side L. They revolve under the effect of mutual gravitational force in the circular orbit, circumferencing the triangle, which preserving the equilateral triangle. Their orbital velocity is their orbital velocity. Three identical bodies of M are located at the vertices of equilateral triangle of side L. They will revolve under the equal mutual gravitational force in a circular orbit. They will revolve in the circular orbit, circumferencing the triangle while preserving the equilateral triangle. The equilateral triangle shape maintain பண்ணிக்கிட்டே அதை revolve பண்ணுது ஒரு circular motion. Three identical bodies of mass m located at the vertices of equilateral triangle of side L. They revolve under the effect of mutual gravitational force in the circular orbit, maintaining the shape of the equilateral triangle. The question is, what is the orbital velocity? What is the orbital velocity? Velocity எப்படி கனெக்ட் பண்றது இந்த ஃபோர்ஸோட? இப்பதான் நம்ம பார்த்தோம். Force of gravity is equated with the centripetal force. Force of gravity centripetal force ஐயும் ஈக்குவேட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா அந்த centripetal forceல இருக்கிற the velocity வெளிய எடுத்தீங்கன்னா will get the answer. Centripetal force formula m omega squared r m v squared by r. Take it outside v squared and find out the answer. That is the concept. Understand? Say, this is the centroid. The distance is L by 2. The distance L by 2. Is 30 degree. Upon the radius என்ன வரும்? அதை நம்ம கால்குலேட் பண்ணணும். அது எப்படி இருக்கு பாருங்க. R 30 degree இது L by 2. ஓ என்ன வரும்? cos வருமா? Cos 30 means adjacent by hypotenuse. Okay. Therefore, R is equal to L by 2 cos 30. R is equal to, therefore, cos 30 value number root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2. So inverse la pota 2 by root 3. 2 to get cancelled. But the radius is L by root 3. இப்போ நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம்னா, the net force of attraction at A due to the mass m placed at B and C. Correct? என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா, let us calculate the force of attraction about A due to the mass B and C. A ல எவ்வளவு force act பண்ணுது due to the mass placed at B and C. இப்ப A to B, A to C force என்னன்னு பார்க்கணும். Apply the formula. Force between A and B is G. Mass is same, M into M. Distance L, that is L square. Similarly, G capital M divided by L square. It is a 2 times 2G M squared divided by L squared. Understand? Or otherwise individual calculate பண்ணலாம் நீங்க. இப்படி கூட வேணாம், நீங்க பாருங்க. ஆட் பண்ண வேணாம், ரிசல்டன்ட்ல ஆட் பண்ணுவோம். The force acting at A due to the mass B is equal to G capital M divided by L square. Similarly, force acting on the mass A due to C see the diagram. With respect to the mass A, this is the mass A. It is subjected to 2 forces, outward. You have to find out the resultant as usual. The force left hand side like a force 2 component produce பண்ணும். அதே மாதிரி right hand side like a force 2 component produce பண்ணும். அப்போ இதுவும் கேன்சல் ஆயிடும். இப்போ டவுன்வர்ட் இருக்கிறது மட்டும் தான் 2 காம்பனன்ட் வரும். அப்போ two components acting downward, their values are 30 அப்படின்னா cos வரும் பாருங்க. இது வந்து 30 டிகிரி. இப்போ ஆப்போசிட் சைடு அண்ட் என்னது adjacent side. கரெக்டா? இப்படி போடலாம். இல்ல இது இந்த ட்ரையாங்கிள் எடுத்துட்டீங்கன்னா இதுதான் இங்கதானே பாக்குறோம், நம்ம ஏல தான் பாக்குறோம். ஏல பார்த்தோம்னா இதுதான் 30 டிகிரி. அப்போ ஆப்போசிட் சைடு இதுதான் ஆப்போசிட் சைடு, சைன் அது இங்க சைனா வரும். இங்க என்னது காசா வரும். இப்ப நம்ம காஸ் காம்பனன்ட் தான் எடுக்க போறோம். G M squared divided by L squared cos 30. இது எதனால வருதுன்னா லெஃப்ட் ஹேண்ட் சைடுல இருக்க ஃபோர்ஸ் உடைய வெர்டிகல் காம்பனன்ட் டவுன்வர்ட் ஆக்ட் பண்ணும். ரொம்ப கவனமா படிக்கணும். அதே மாதிரி ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைடுல இருக்க காம்பனன்ட் வெர்டிகல் காம்பனன்ட் டவுன்வர்ட் ஆக்ட் பண்ணுது, அதையும் பார்க்கிறோம். ஹரிசான்டல் காம்பனன்ட் லெஃப்ட் ஹேண்ட் சைடும் ரைட் ஹேண்ட் சைடும் ஆக்ட் பண்ணுது, ரெண்டுமே கேன்சல் ஆயிடும். அப்போ the force acting on the mass A is 2 times of this value. Cos 30 க்கு வேல்யூ சொல்லுங்க யாராவது. Very good. √3 by 2. 2 get cancelled. Yeah. √3 G M squared divided by L squared. So far, we have calculated the net force acting on any one of the mass, say A. For A la act பண்ற force value √3 G M squared. How to relate this value with the velocity? We know that gravitational force is equal to centripetal force. Centripetal force formula M V squared by R. Here Fg is found out பாருங்க m squared divided by l squared. கவனமா கவனிங்க. Students, listen here. I'm going to represent that value as L by 3 instead of R. R பதிலா L by root 3 போட போறேன். Sorry. L by root 3 substitute பண்ணலாம். இப்போ இதெல்லாம் இங்க வந்து மாஸ் நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம்னா இங்க கேபிட்டல் M போட போறோம். எல்லா மாஸும் கேபிட்டல் M தான் இருக்கு. இப்போ இந்த ஸ்கொயர்ட் கேன்சல் ஆயிடுமா? அப்போ v squared என்னன்னு பாருங்க. v squared is root 3 g m divided by l squared. இந்த சைடுல இருக்க r அந்த சைடு போய்டும். இப்ப அந்த r பதிலா என்ன பண்ணலாம்? l by root 3 get cancelled. அப்போ இங்க ஒரு l இருக்கு, கீழே l squared இருக்கு, அத கேன்சல் பண்ணிடலாம். அப்போ v கால்குலேட் பண்றப்போ g m divided by l root. கரெக்டா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்? ஓகே, குட். கவனமா போடணும். இதெல்லாம் மெத்தட், எப்படி இந்த மெத்தட் சால்வ் பண்றது, இதெல்லாம் ஸ்பீட் அப் பண்ணணும். நம்ம ரொம்ப ஸ்லோவா போட்டுட்டு இருக்கோம். எக்ஸாம்ல, நீட் எக்ஸாம்ல ஒரு கொஸ்டினுக்கு 2 minutes தான். இப்போ நீங்க பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணதான் அந்த ஸ்பீடு இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகும். என்ன கான்செப்ட் சொல்லிருக்காங்க, நம்ம எப்படி அதை யூஸ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லணும். ஃபண்டமெண்டல் ஃபார்முலாஸ்ல தரவா இருக்கும், ஃபிங்கர் டிப்ஸ்ல இருக்கணும். அப்பதான் நம்ம ஃபாஸ்டா போட முடியும். விசிபிளா இருக்கா? After the class, you have to revise all the problem every day when you come to the class, next class. Okay. Okay, with that, we finish today. This time is up, 12:30. We have to do more problem. You can also try from your textbook at home. Okay. In the next class, we will solve the problem related to Kepler's law.